Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm doing some Magician of Chaos test hands. This is basically a Dark Magician deck that summons the Magician of Chaos and summons Magician of Chaos Max, which is a really cool boss monster that can turn off monster effects on your opponent's side of the field, which is a really awesome thing to do it on your opponent's turn, because you can just put it on their side, or put it on your side of the field, tribute a monster, and then immediately turn off all monster effects for the turn, which is insanely good so you can OTK your opponent the following turn. So, without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you can come part of our notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below, because we have some awesome rewards for you guys, like getting your name in the description of every single video, getting a signed card sent to you in the mail, or even getting to request deck profiles every single month that you are a patron. So, without further ado, let's get straight on into this. So, I'm going to do a quick pile shuffle for you guys, just so we can make sure that the deck is completely shuffled up. And I will recommend to you guys, if you're ever playing a deck, before you do play, definitely pile shuffle your deck, because it does make a big difference in what cards you draw. As I mentioned in my Summon Skull test hands, which if I haven't dropped them by now, you guys just got a sneak peek of what is to come. But sometimes you will, especially with decks like this, you'll draw duplicates of vanilla monsters, like duplicates of Dark Magician, or duplicates of like Blue Eyes if you're playing a Blue Eyes deck, and stuff like that. So it makes a big difference if you do go ahead and pile shuffle that deck, because sometimes you might not shuffle it the best. And so pile shuffling is a big key, especially when you look at like competitive play. They make them pile shuffle before every single like play, which is kind of crazy to me that they do that with the 45-minute timer. But sometimes you see that and it's like, wait, what? So we're going to go ahead and do some draw test hands so we can actually see what we can draw in this hand. So there it is right there, the Magician of Chaos Max. That's not bad. Manju, we already have where we can summon this guy out on our side of the field. The Chaos form, well, there you go. You really can summon him now. Soul Servant is really good because you can stack the top of the deck, and Dark Magician. So this is not a terrible test hand at all. The Manju is going to get us directly into a copy of either Magician of Chaos or the Advanced Ritual Art, depending on which one you need, because we do play a Blue Eyes White Dragon that you can send to the graveyard to summon this card. And if we're going second, we're going to go ahead and just show you. That's another, see, that's what I'm talking about, why you pile shuffle, because sometimes you will, even when you pile shuffle, encounter times where you draw duplicates of, you know, vanillas, and that's never good. But you can use it in this particular hand to get that Chaos form to activate to send to your graveyard something, to send one of your Dark Magicians to the graveyard. So you have fodder if you did go for that route, where you grab the Magician of Chaos instead of summoning the Dark Magician of Chaos, or the Magician of Chaos Max, I mean. So it's not terrible at all. In this particular deck to draw duplicates, because you're not super worried about that, because if you do end up drawing a duplicate, you can just use it for a ritual summon. I just always want to keep at least one in my main deck, because if you have one in the main deck, then you can have a Advanced Ritual Art play. So for the next test hand, we're going to go in and we're going to draw into Eternal Soul, which is not bad because it's free revival. Magician of Chaos is good because it opens up plays. The Magician's Navigation, Preparation of Rites, and another Magician of Chaos. So this hand is kind of a brick, but it's not terrible if we do draw into something. So we're going to draw, and that Advanced Ritual Art saves the entire hand, because if you're going second, which a lot of times you're going to want to go second in this deck anyways, you go with this Advanced Ritual Art, and then you send a Dark Magician to the graveyard, and then summon that Magician of Chaos, you can get another playoff with something as simple as this. I'm going to show you guys this quick play. We're going to go Advanced Ritual Art, and I'm going to send to the graveyard a copy of Dark Magician. I really want to show you this in case we don't draw it again, which we probably will, but I want to show you guys how to get multiple copies of your Magician of Chaos out. Then you can activate the Preparation of Rites and grab back your copy of Advanced Ritual Art from the graveyard, and then grab another monster from the deck that's going to be another Magician of Chaos. So that Preparation of Rites is always going to be really live when you do stuff like this, and then you can activate that Advanced Ritual Art again, and then send another Dark Magician to the graveyard, and then immediately get your second Magician of Chaos to the your side of the field. So you have basically two of them on the field for pretty much for free, and then you have that copy of Eternal Soul, and these count as Dark Magician, so you have this insane board, and then you have a backup one if you can get another ritual spell from your deck to your hand, which you just did with that extra draw. So you have basically all three of them right there with that field. I mean, that's pretty good. That's not bad, because you could just do this. If I had this field set up, and I had this set, and I draw into this, I just flip that copy of Eternal Soul, and then special summon back a Dark Magician, activate the Secrets of Dark Magic, tribute it, and then summon my third Magician of Chaos. You have all 3 Magicians of Chaos right there with just that simplistic field. And these guys are nothing to play around with, because if you guys don't know what this does, is it replaces itself when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, but it also has the ability that when it's once returned, when a spell or trap is activated, you can target a card on the field and destroy it. And if this ritual summon card is destroyed, then you can special summon a Chaos or Blackluster Soldier ritual monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. Except for another Magician of Chaos, which is still pretty cool. So if I have Magician of Chaos in my hand, Magician of Chaos Max in my hand, then I can, if one of these gets destroyed, I just special summon it, tribute another monster from my field, and then go off. But that was a 10 out of 10 hand. That went from a garbage hand to a 10 out of 10 hand real quick by going second. That's what I was trying to prove to you guys. With going second in this deck, it makes a lot of difference in this deck, because you really want to go second in this build, because you're going to be summoning that Magician of Chaos and popping cards on your opponent's side of the field. And plus, if you go first, you're going to try and set up to get that Magician of Chaos onto your side of the field instead, so you can shut down your opponent's side of the field with like a cold wave effect. So, Magician of Chaos again right off the bat. Apprentice Illusion Magician, not bad. Advanced Ritual Art, we already had the Magician of Chaos again. We have Dark Magician in hand, which we can discard off the Apprentice Illusion because we don't really need it. And a second Dark Magician in our hand. Now, this is not optimal because you do have those 2 Dark Magicians in your hand. That's not great. But if we go second, we draw into a Preparation of Rites. And you've again got that Dark Magician on your side of the field, the twin Dark Magicians, as long as you can get like a Chaos form or something like that, because you won't have another vanilla to send to the graveyard, which is alright, but it's not crazy. So let's go ahead and pile shuffle one more quick time so we can do our actual play out test hands, but it should go pretty quick, so we may get 3 test hands in this video. We might get 5, I don't know. We'll see what we do on time. I usually try and keep these videos about 20 minutes because you guys seem to really enjoy the 20-minute test hands of seeing how to actually play the deck live. Like, yes, Yugioh Pro is great, but it doesn't compare to the random factor. Like, it has RNG, and really shuffling the deck and feeling the cards when you actually go in person and duel somebody can be totally different than what you get in Yugioh Pro from playtesting. To me, that's just my experience. And plus, I like playing in, I like actually having the cards in my hand opposed to dueling online. That's just me, though. I like dueling online when you have situations like going on in the world, but if I can, I like dueling in person so I can see the person across from me. Definitely comment down below and tell me which way you guys prefer dueling. So let's go ahead and do our first actual play-out test hand. And we're going to draw into Manju, which is a good starter card. Magician of Chaos Max, so we've already got a ritual monster in our hand, one of our ritual monsters. Magician's Soul, as you know, that's going to be great that we have Magician's Soul. Eternal Soul, we're getting all the soul in this deck. Not the heart, but we're getting soul. And the copy of Preparation of Rites. So this is not bad. You can actually get your Magician of Chaos and your Magician of Chaos Max out on the field at the same time, which is pretty good. And I'll show you how. So let's just go ahead and look. I'm not going to go ahead and say I'm going second. We're going to go first on this test hand, but I'm going to show you how much better it could be if you could go second. So if you go second, you're going to get Soul Servant, which is going to stack the deck, which is going to be nice. So that Magician's Soul is kind of going to be a secondary thought, like an afterthought for this build, but let's go ahead and see what we can do. So I'm going to go ahead and normal summon my copy of Manju. Manju is going to get us a Search, which is going to be our copy of Advanced Ritual Art. The Advanced Ritual Art is going to come in super handy in here, and I'm going to show you why. So we're going to get that Advanced Ritual Art to our hand. And now you can immediately go ahead and drop that Advanced Ritual Art and send from your deck to the graveyard. Our friend, but Kaiba's friend and not ours, we're going to send our Blue Eyes White Dragon to the graveyard. So that's going to be like, wait, what? You're sending a Blue Eyes to the graveyard? What are you doing? But we're going to summon the Magician of Chaos. Black Magician of Chaos Max, or the Magician of Black Chaos Max. And then we're going to activate the Preparation of Rites. This is going to let us add a level 7 or lower ritual monster from our deck to our hand, and a copy of the Advanced Ritual Art back from the graveyard. Seeing as how Advanced Ritual Art is not once per turn, you can immediately activate it again, and then send a Dark Magician to the graveyard instead, and your opponent's going to lose automatically because of the wow factor of having a Dark Magician and the Blue Eyes White Dragon in the same graveyard. Then we're going to special summon out that copy of Magician of Chaos, and now you can do something really simple. If you want to, you can send, you can special summon this card from your hand by sending a level 6 or higher monster from your deck to the graveyard, or you can immediately, after this card resolves, you can send this card to the graveyard and special summon a Dark Magician or Dark Magician of Chaos from your, or Dark Magician Girl from your graveyard. So I'm going to discard this card to the graveyard, and I'm going to immediately special summon back that Dark Magician to my side of the field just to get that extra advantage. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually summon it a little bit differently and summon that Magician's Soul a little bit earlier if you wanted to, and link into a copy of Cross Sheep. And at that point, you get to draw 2 and then discard 2. But I don't want to draw into my vanillas, so I don't do that. If your opponent had something that the Relinquished Anima pointed to, you could summon it onto your side of the field instead of summoning the Dark Magician, and then go off from there, where you could just immediately link into the Relinquished Anima, which is pretty cool. I like that effect to be able to do. And we're going to send, you got to send that Dark Magician to the graveyard as well, just to kind of thin the deck as well for the Magician's Soul effect. So you do get that copy of Dark Magician on your side of the field just to special summon it, which is kind of nice, and then get it on your side of the field. So just really, really helps out. And you can link into that. You could link into your copy of Daigusto Phoenix, the Wee Witch. You couldn't link into Wee Witch Apprentice because this is a dark monster, but you could link into that copy of Relinquished Anima. Now, you can actually shut down all your opponent's monster effects by just tributing this copy of your Manju when this card is summoned. So when it was initially summoned, it would shut off the monster effects of your opponent, which is really cool to be able to do, because then you could just go interrupted onto your plays, going into all these other cards. Now, during your opponent's turn, you would activate that copy of Eternal Soul, and since you activated a spell or trap, the effect of the Magician of Chaos would destroy a card on the field, and you'd bring back a Dark Magician to your side of the field. So you'd end with, on your opponent's turn, you essentially have Magician of Chaos, the Magician of Black Chaos Max, and the 2 Dark Magicians on your side of the field. That's a pretty good field. And if we draw into our next turn, we do get the Apprentice Illusion Magician, which is going to boost one of them up by 2,000 just by discarding her to the graveyard. So you're going to get all that extra advantage. And you can also, on your next turn, overlay the 2 copies of Dark Magician, if you want to go that route, and go for the Ebon Illusion Magician, detach a material from it, and then special summon from the deck a copy of Dark Magician, which is going to get you a banish as soon as it attacks. So that's turn 3. Turn 1 was the initial field. This is turn 3 now, and we have the Ebon Illusion, and this is going to attack, banish something off of its effect, attack again, attack, and you win, pretty much. I mean, you've got a lot of card advantage with just that, and that's why I really like the way that I built this deck, is because you get so much card advantage, and you don't even have to play the copy of Magician's Soul if you guys want to go a more budget route. I mentioned this in the deck profile of this, which will be in the description below, but you don't have to actually play Magician's Soul in here. I play it because I have it, but if you don't want to and you want to go for a more budget route, you can play something else in here, like Eye of Timaeus or anything else that you want to play in the deck that just makes the deck a little bit thinner, like Magician's Combination, extra copy, or Dark Magician Girl, bond between teacher and student, stuff like that. If you want to do a Dark Magician Girl engine, by all means, do that instead, where you play bond between teacher and student, Dark Magician Girl, and an Eye of Timaeus, and play those 3 cards off the copy of Magician's Soul so you don't have to play it, and it makes the deck a little bit more budget. So let's go ahead and do our next test hand and see what we get. So for the next test hand, Advanced Ritual Art already, that's good. The copy of Dark Magician, that's not crazy good, but it's not bad. Magician's Rod, that's not bad. I don't want that in my hand, though. 1 copy of Dark Magician, now he's just trolling me, and Soul Servant. Okay, so this is not the most optimal hand, okay? But let's say we're going second, and we see what we get, which is Chaos Form, okay? We have 2 ritual spells in our hand, and we can grab from deck a card, which is going to help us out a lot. So with this particular hand, I would probably normal summon out my Magician's Rod first, and I would do this regardless. I would immediately grab from deck to hand one of my Dark Magical Circles. You then shuffle up that deck, really, really good. And now, if you wanted to, you could use Soul Servant and stack the deck with a Dark Magician or a card that specifically lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, which could be your copy of the Secrets of the Dark Magicians. I probably would stack that on the top of the deck because now you can make the Dark Magicians. Because that's stacked on the top of the deck, you can then activate your copy of Dark Magician's Circle. Dark Magician's Circle is going to trigger revealing the top 3 cards of the deck. And oh, what do you know? We have our copy of Secrets of Dark Magic. And then we can put the other cards back in any order, which I'm going to put it back with the Apprentice Illusion and the Dark Magician like that, where I don't draw into the 3rd copy of Dark Magician. So, I do have that copy of the... actually, did I put it back? Where'd it go? I think anyways, you have that copy of the Secrets of the Dark Magic in your hand, which I'm just going to grab that one because I think I sat it down. But anyways, you have the Secrets of Dark Magic, and when you activate that Secrets of Dark Magic, you're going to fusion summon these 2 together and then summon the Dark Magicians onto your side of the field. Doesn't matter where you summon it, but you're going to summon that you're going to summon that copy of your Dark Magicians, and it's going to get you basically a good play on the field, because now if a spell or trap is activated, you get to draw a card as well, which is going to help you out quite a lot, because you really want to get those on the field. There it is. It was under my extra deck. But you really want to get that on the field to be able to just go into some more plays. Now, you wouldn't normally shuffle the deck because you did do that the Dark Magic Circle, but it doesn't matter because we're over with this test hand. So that would be the only play that you could get out really with that hand. It wouldn't help out that much, but it would replace itself, and your opponent's going to activate something, which is going to get your Apprentice Illusion to your hand, and then you're going to draw into that next copy of your Dark Magician next, which is not going to be terrible, but again, that was kind of like one of the not optimal hands. But as you saw earlier, you'll get hands like that sometimes, but you'll also get those hands where you can summon all 3 of your copies of the Magician of Chaos in the same turn. So Chaos form right off the bat, not terrible. Advanced Ritual Art, we already have. Essentially, if we draw a ritual monster in our hand, we do have our other plays. Magician's Soul, that can help us out quite a lot. Blue Eyes White Dragon, you never want to see this in your hand. That's not good. And the Magician of Chaos. Okay, so this actually eliminates, this is what I was going to mention, I only have the 1 vanilla in my entire deck for Magician of Black Chaos, so that kind of cuts off our Advanced Ritual Art, but it doesn't turn off our copy of Chaos form, so we could still Chaos form into our Magician of Black Chaos. But we're going to do it a little bit differently. So we're going to use this effect, and we're going to immediately special summon our Magician's Soul to our side of the field. When you special summon this card, you can send 2 spell traps from your hand to the graveyard, hand or field to the graveyard, and draw that many cards while this card's on the field. But you can also send a level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard to activate one of these effects. You special summon it, or send this card to the graveyard and special summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your graveyard. So I'm going to special summon this to my side of the field just to get an extra monster on the field, because I can go into Link Rebo if I want to. I'm going to send that Dark Magician to the graveyard just for fodder for my copies of the Chaos form. I'm going to activate that Chaos form, send this to the graveyard, summon that Magician of Chaos. Now at this point you could tribute your copy of Magician's Soul, but you also could go a different route, and it says, I believe it says up to. You can send up to 1 spell or trap or 2 spell or trap. So we could send our Advanced Ritual Art, because it's dead now, to draw another card, which is going to be Preparation of Rites. That's going to get us another play. So discard this to the graveyard, draw our Preparation of Rites, activate the Preparation of Rites, add from deck to hand our copy of Magician of Chaos, and then add back from our graveyard our copy of Advanced Ritual Art, activate the Advanced Ritual Art, and then immediately see, sometimes that's why you pile shuffle right there. You will get to add from your deck to your hand. You'll get to send to graveyard the Dark Magician, shuffle that deck up again, and then you get to special summon your Magician of Chaos to your side of the field. Now, again, you got them both on the field. You then could tribute using this effect if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't, but you could tribute the Magician's Soul when this was summoned, but I probably wouldn't because I wanted to use that other effect. And now you could attack with 28 and 25 and then pass. Now, if you go to your next turn and you draw on your next turn, if this card destroys a monster by battle, you can add a spell from your graveyard to your hand, which I would always add my Preparation of Rites back. If I could get my Preparation of Rites back and this destroyed something by battle, which it probably will, you just get that Preparation of Rites back. So if I go next turn and I draw, that Manju is going to totally set me up. I'm going to go ahead and drop that Preparation of Rites, and I'm going to show you how. This is going to be nuts. So Preparation of Rites is going to activate, and we're going to get to add from our deck to our hand a copy of a monster, like a copy of Magician of Chaos. And now we're going to normal summon out that copy of Manju, after we add from graveyard to hand our copy of Chaos Form. Normal summon Manju. Manju effect is going to trigger, letting us add a ritual monster from our deck to our hand. Oh yeah, I'm busting him out. We then activate Chaos Form. Chaos Form is going to banish our copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon, and for style points, we're going to summon our Blue Eyes Chaos Max. So now you have Blue Eyes Chaos Max, Magician of Black Chaos Max, Magician of Chaos, Magician Soul, and Manju of the 10,000 Hands. You could link summon before you summon this. Let's go ahead and just take that route if we wanted to. Before you actually summon the copy of Magician, or the copy of your Blue Eyes Chaos Max, we're going to go ahead and link summon away our copy of Magician Soul and Manju, and summon out our copy of Cross Sheep. Just see if we can extend a little bit more. Now drop the Chaos Form, banish this, summon this here, and then use the Cross Sheep effect to draw 2, because a ritual monster was summoned to a zone of points 2. We're going to go ahead and shuffle that deck, just because I don't think I did. Just to give you guys kind of a fair draw. We're going to go ahead and draw and get another Advanced Ritual Art and a copy of Advanced Ritual Art. It's like screaming, please summon Magician of Chaos. Summon the last one. Summon or activate the copy of Advanced Ritual Art. Activate the gold one because the gold one's prettier. And then send to the graveyard the copy of Dark Magician and summon our copy of Magician of Chaos. And don't forget that this gets to pop one card because you activated a spell or trap sometime during that combo. So you have an OTK essentially. You get a pop, you get an attack, you get a 2800 attack, and this card can add a spell or trap directly from your graveyard back to your hand, which again, I would probably add that Preparation of Rites, because then you can get your third copy of Magician of Chaos. This card is really good because you just keep rolling your spells over and over again, which is nice, and it just really helps out. So that's it for the test hands, guys. As you can see, the deck is very potent because I got Blue Eyes Chaos Max, Magician of Chaos, Black Magician, Black Chaos Magician on the field. Like, this is nuts. Okay, this is a field is crazy. Because you could even link summon away and go to Boral Sword if you wanted to. You could go Boral Sword. Main phase 2, you could go Flare Metal. You could go into Big Eyes, take an opponent's monster. You could link into the Blackluster Soldier Link monster with 3 of these. You could go into a copy of Ebon Illusion if you had another Dark Magician in your deck. But like, that is a good field. That is really good. And plus, you got both of these guys out. I mean, how much cooler can that get to get these two out on the field? Both your max chaos monsters. That's just neat to me. So anyways, guys, that's it for the test hands. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a really fun deck, as you can see. And then you never know what route you're actually going to be able to go and how many of these ritual monsters you're going to be able to push out of the deck. But basically what you're trying to do is roll your Advanced Ritual Art on your side of the field. Roll that Preparation of Rites over and over again with the Magician of Chaos Max. That is really cool. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad. Definitely tell me what you think of this deck down in the comments down below. And check out that Patreon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.